Hello, Neil.
Hey, hi, Hari. How are you?
How
Good
are
afternoon.
you? You're the chief negotiator.
Yeah, I'm the chief negotiator at the company, as well as the founder and the owner of the business.
Saw that. Congratulations. And your brother?
He takes care after the tech as well as the back-end operations.
I didn't hear what you said. He breaks the legs if someone doesn't do what they're supposed to do.
No, so we are the yin and the yang. I take care of the public side of the business. He takes care of the ops of the business. Yes.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right. How do we proceed? How do we proceed?
Yeah, so we received your inquiry that you are looking to buy a vehicle. So if you can share a little bit about what you are looking for, where you are in the process, and then I can tailor our discussion accordingly.
Um, I am very early in the process because I just heard from my mechanics that both of my and Chat GPT that I should scrap both of my cars. So um, I'm not going to listen to them, but I'm going to try and save. I'm going to try and save them. But in the interim, I have to have a reliable car. I'm
Okay.
not a car guy. I'm not a car guy, so I don't really necessarily care what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I do pull up to meetings and I'm involved in some, cool stuff that's happening and sort of have to, I get, um, perception is reality sometimes when you pull up in these things. So, a luxury vehicle would be great.
Okay.
Porsche would be ideal. The two cars that I've been hanging on to for too long are a Mercedes-Benz C300 and an Escalade. Over the years, I've had Porsches and Jags and Beamers and all that stuff. So, really just looking for the best deal.
Mm.
Feel like there's deals out there to be had. Escalade I got for like $20,000 off new because it had 42 miles on it. Someone drove it to their office and drove it back. The Porsche, I think I bought in the same, it was like a late model. It hadn't sold that year, so they were looking to get rid of it. Um, paid more in cash. They were happy with the cash. So happy to write a check if it's the right deal. Um, Prefer to stay away from payments that kind of annoy me. I got
Mm-hmm.
enough to worry about. So if you said, "Hey Harry, here's the right deal for 50K, write a check," I would do that. If you said it was 56, I would probably do that. You said it was 62, I would probably do that. If you said it was 39, I would definitely do that and be happy, much happier. If we had to buy it and we have it, I'd like to stay below 100, I guess. Even
Mm-hmm.
that's a little painful. It seems obnoxious to spend that much on a car, but I get it. So I don't know. Does that answer the questions? I look
Yeah.
at lease options too, I guess. If that's, I'm open. I'm really open to anything, whatever you think, whatever professionals think are the best deals that are out there. I'm sure you're using technology on our behalf. So,
Yeah, we do.
um, yeah. So
Thank you. Thank you, Harry, for giving us the context, and I can understand where you are coming from and basically what you are looking to do. In this particular situation, leasing a new car or financing a vehicle will not make sense, as you rightly pointed out. We should look at something which is below the radar in a sense that it's not like primarily focused or marketed listings on all the major platforms. It may be just a particular loaner vehicle used by the managers or the directors at the dealership. They would have used it for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles here and there. And before it becomes a second owner vehicle, we can pick it up from the market. No one knows about it. Put a little bit of a low ball offer, but do not compromise on the quality of the vehicle. We do not compromise on the some challenges in terms of the nuances with respect to the mechanical aspect because that is what you are facing with the current two vehicles, as you rightly pointed out. So If it is a pre-owned vehicle, loaner, or even lightly used vehicle, we have a very regimented process which we follow through. Number one is definitely a detailed review of a Carfax or an auto check report, followed by a dealership inspection report, and followed by a third party unbiased mechanical report from a mechanic or an auto shop which is very close to the dealership where we are intending to purchase, but they are not affiliated to dealership in whatsoever. So there are certain mechanisms and options which we can review when once we reach to that level. So I always say it's better to spend $200 to $250 on a $50,000 car rather than just trying to save that. Do not nickel and dime. And because the moment you buy, walk out of the dealership, if something happens, dealership raises their hands and say, good luck, Harry, or good luck, Neil. So we don't want those type of situations to happen, especially with the people whom we are going to serve, and ensure that you have a cost saving and a convenience approach throughout this process. I'll just take the next 2 minutes. This is something what started out of my own personal problem. By profession, I'm a master's in biomedical informatics from Arizona State University. And the moment I was graduating, I decided that my previous two vehicles, just like yourself, ended up in a garage. I was using a very old, beat up $2,000 Toyota Camrys or Honda Accents from my cousins or from my extended family. And then I decided that let me go and buy a new vehicle. And I thought that it would be just as going to like Walmart or a Safeway or Fry's. That okay, you go pick up the product what you want, there'll be a label and you just pay for it and off you go. But it was not the case, and you would have experienced it as well. That the moment you start playing
Sure.
your games, you can negotiate on the vehicle price. You can ensure that you can leverage that in terms of saving your hard-earned money. And because of that, I spent about 10 to 15 days doing a deep dive market research and ended up negotiating a significant amount of money, over $7,000, on the same make and model of a Nissan SUV back in 2017-18. That being said, my social circle, my family and extended family members got to know about this and the process through which I was able to make it happen. And they started saying, hey, Neil, can you do it for my friends, for my family, for my sister, for my mother? And that led to the inception and the onboarding of this business. Fast forward to date, we have been very grateful that we have served more than 750 plus clients across US and over the last 1 year across Canada, supporting them with their vehicle buying, which is either a new, pre-owned, certified, even sometimes a latest like 2026 models, and even going back all the way to a vintage or the antique collection pieces as well, from anywhere between $15,000 car all the way to $2.5 million luxury vehicles. So we have that experience under our belt, and at the same time helping corporate with the fleet management, with the corporate leasing, with different financial institutions as well, and eventually focusing on the trade if there is a selling of their current vehicle is there, and buying a new one to ensure that we sell your existing one at the highest possible price and buy your new one at the lowest possible price. So the difference between the two is the minimum. That's the focus over here. And to do that, we use significant technology, our experience, our market research, as well as a detailed curation, that is vehicle inventory availability check, and do a deep dive, thorough competitive research to identify finding the needle from the haystack. So as you mentioned, now coming to your particular preference of yours, we'll look at multiple luxury options. You have mentioned that Porsche is definitely your top choice, but you can say, hey guys, I'm also open to like let's say Mercedes or a Merc or a Beamer, or you can say Jag or Bentley or whatever that price bucket. Plus, if you say I need some like vehicles which is like 2021 or 2020 or newer, less than, let's say, 40,000 miles, let's say less than a single owner one. And these are the color preferences, these are the packages of what I'm looking for. Some clients say, hey, I need the heated seats, I need the panoramic moonroof, I need the 360 camera, some like bells and whistles to that. So we'll take a note of those preferences to begin with. And based upon that, we can be make and model agnostic for now. We'll create a detailed list of all the different options which fits this requirement. And then from there, we can use a priority or the preference focus and start eliminating some of the options which you feel, okay, not so interested. We can also look at some of the Cadillac options as well, because they have also come up with some premium SUVs and premium sedans these days, as well as we have on the other side, we can look at, but that will be a little bit Infinity or Acura, but I don't think so that will work. So we'll look at some of the comparable premium options on those fronts and then take it from there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And the process is that once we start figuring out different make and models, we'll shortlist the top three. We'll list down all different options from more than 15 plus online platforms, which includes cars.com, autotrader.com, cargurus.com, carfax.com, kbb.com, and then start doing the price versus the miles comparison if it is a pre-owned one. If we are looking for a new one, then it's just basically the lowest price on that. And it's not just the online price. We focus on the big elephant in the room, which is the out the door number. That is the cost of the vehicle plus the registration fees, taxes, license, as well as the processing fees, the dealer document fees. The total cost of ownership of the vehicle should be the lowest, where we should get the most value for money. We have an abbreviation within our own company. It's called VFM. So we always ask, like, internally with the team, hey, what's the VFM we are getting? Value for money for each client. And it has to be the best in the market so that you are happy, you walk away happy, and you refer 10 more people to us. So that is how we have been very gradually in an organic referral based mechanism, slowly, sustainably growing this concierge support services towards helping people save money.
Sounds good. What was your degree in? I'm sorry. ASU?
Biomedical informatics.
What does that mean?
So we help bridge the gap between software development and clinical side for the doctors. So any platform, any solution which you can bring to the hospital to improve patient care in a digital format.
You still doing that?
Yes, I'm still doing it in a
I'd
consultative
like to have a
approach.
separate.
So this is
Say it again.
So this is my full-time business, and my digital health, which is my biomedical informatics, I act as a consultant. So now
Yeah.
I act as a consultant for two different companies out in globally, and then I also act as a consultant for one of the hospitals in the market.
Yeah, there's a real need to improve patient outcomes
Yeah.
with use of technology. It's really just a shame that we're still killing people because people are asleep at the wheel.
Yep.
You know, it's in
Unfortunately.
scheduling error. Yeah, they killed my brother. So I've had a bug up my ass about it since then. So I'm in the restaurant business. So I told the hospital my restaurants run better than this fucking place, you know?
I'm
I mean,
very
I got
sorry.
checklists.
Yeah.
I got checks and balances. You know, nothing. None of this shit could happen without. You know, it would never happen. You know, so an alarm would go off. But anyway, we'll schedule another conversation about that. I would love to be working with you on something in that space, but we'll get a car first, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. I would really support the cause, and we'll have a separate call because that's still near and dear to me. And so I've kept one feet on that front and one foot on the automotive side, because in automotive also people are getting manipulated by the dealership. The dealership is selling people something that they cannot afford. They're selling vehicles which cost only $20,000, but trying to sell them for $30,000. So I thought that COVID will change, everything will become online. With one click, people will have all the information at their fingertip, but it has not evolved at any cost, unfortunately. Just like the hospital system again. So here the goal is to
Yeah,
educate.
they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't want to, they don't want us to change it. They don't want to see under the hood because
yeah,
they'll know what we're doing. But I mean, it's like the dealer messes up and they get $10,000 and they go out and have a big cigar dinner and I fuck this person or fuck that person. In my business, if I mess up, I burn a steak or someone waits too long for a table or a drink. Whoop de doo. These guys f up, they kill people
yeah.
literally,
They
and
kill
then
people.
you can't sue them, you can't fight them. They'll sue you. It's just insane. So
Yes.
yeah, I'd really like to have a conversation with you about that.
Sure, sure, sure. Anything I can do to support on the steps which you are taking. And I have also worked at Mayo Clinic in the past and a lot of other places, including Medtronic, Philips, etc. So we'll talk about it. Yeah.
My father's on the board of IHI, the Institute of Healthcare Improvement. So
Improvement. Yes.
I try. I was invested in a small startup that was we just couldn't get it to work. But we
Hmm.
had checks and balances. You couldn't do this without you couldn't move to the next step. It was a forcing function because
Yep.
even paper checklists, people just check. And I got on the phone with Atul Gawan, the checklist manifesto,
Hmm. And the yeah, yeah. Dan Munro.
which is one of my Bibles, and
Yes.
I
I have the
essentially
same
made
book. Yeah.
I essentially made this on an app and applied it to a hospital setting. So
Yes. Wow. So actually you took the concept, the paper version of the checklist manifesto into an application based thing. That's very powerful because I have the same exact book in my bookshelf over here.
yeah,
But you actually
we just couldn't get it to work. We started building it local domestically. It just got more and more expensive. We took it overseas. 8 hour. It just became a challenge. I mean, we could afford it, and we had
Hmm,
people programming 24 hours, literally 3 8 hour shifts because we knew it was a rush to market,
hmm,
and
hmm,
we just couldn't figure it out. But I still have the wireframe.
hmm.
So yeah. Anyway, all right. We'll lot to talk about. So
Yeah,
what else
yeah,
do you
yeah.
need from? What else? I got to go at 2:30, so I apologize. What else do you need from me on the car front?
Sure.
I don't really
So
care. I don't really care about all those things. The mileage. I mean, the color. It would be black on black with black wheels. I mean, that would be my preference. But I'm going to say to you, Neil, you come back to me and it's a good deal and it's silver with red interior. I will certainly consider it. If it's 25,000 miles, I think that's a nice number. I think over that it starts to get, on the downside, but I don't. Other than that, I don't know if I really, you know, I'll leave you some flexibility.
correct. So I'll just do one thing that we only have 7 minutes right now. So we have something called price versus mile comparison. So we do mathematical plotting, and Akansha, who has been in communication with you, she will share some of the snippets after the call. And as we are not affiliated with any dealership or any manufacturer, we have a consultative fee. It's a fixed fee, not like lawyers where you just bill by the hour, not like
Sure.
hospitals where you don't know what you're getting into. It is $1,000 all inclusive. So
Okay.
$500 as we kick off the engagement, where we initiate the market research and everything for you. And $500 once you are happy, once you get the keys of the vehicle, you walk out of the dealership, we have reviewed all the contracts and you are happy with the deal, then we raise the invoice and then you make the payment. So that's on
Go
the
ahead.
finance side, yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt. Just go ahead and send me whatever a link to pay the 500. It's fine.
Okay, sure. So I'll send you the link to make the payment. Once you make the payment, you will be redirected to something called a client requirement form. You can skip that. It's basically it's an online automation system what we have created to make it seamless for someone who has not interacted with us, but you have shared the preferences with us. I'll keep the budget at $60,000 for now. Let's look at the options between 40,000 to 60,000, preferably the Porsches and likes of those. We'll prepare the list, share it with you over the next 48 hours. You can pick and choose the ones which you like, and based upon your initial iterative feedback, then we'll take to the next one. On average, it takes about for us 10 to 14 days to come to something where we have absolute clarity that yes, now for Harry, this is his like top two preferences, and typically about 3 weeks to close the deal. So that is the timeline if you have the time. But we can even expedite the process and finish it off in 72 hours. But we always like to leverage the time to our hand so that we can use proven negotiation tactics to get the lowest out the door and the negotiated price from the dealership.
I'm going to rent a car and I've been Ubering around. So I'd rather take the time and do it right than rush and, we do a bad deal or we could have gotten a better deal.
Sure, sure.
So whatever you think's best.
Yeah, so we'll ensure by May 25th to 28th, we'll have something in the pipeline. And are you comfortable going a little bit about 100 miles to pick up the car if it is like a good deal, 100, 150 miles?
Sure. I mean, I'm in the interest of full disclosure. I'm also talking to some other folks, and I was surprised that it wasn't that much, $1,000, $1,200 to ship. So I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that scenario either.
Sure, sure.
But yes, I'm okay. I'm okay traveling to pick it up. Sorry, cut you off.
Okay, yeah. So we'll keep the radius of about 150 miles, 150 miles to ensure that we have maximum options for us to consider. I wouldn't go for the shipping. Shipping I only recommend if it is a new car, because in pre-owned there is hit or miss. You don't know how the mechanical condition, the transmission condition of the vehicle is, if it is like 1,000, 2,000 miles away. We can
Okay.
do it if it is a certified one, but let's see what we are getting first, and then we'll evolve our market research and discovery accordingly.
I'll make my nephew drive me to it.
Oh, perfect. So I'll just make it quick while you are on the call. It's an online payment gateway system, just like how we do it on Amazon or any other online platform. Let me just share the link with you, and of course, we'll also share the link with
Can you send it to my Gmail? I text.
Yeah, I'll send it to your Gmail right away over here. Curation fee. And then please make sure to apply the promo code. I'll also put the promo code in the email itself. All right. And sending it over to you.
Did you send it to me?
Yeah. I don't have your Gmail. Just a second. Akansha just sent it to me. 1 minute.
I got it. Somehow. Oh, it went to my economy league and then it forwarded probably.
Okay, sure.
How do I pay? Where's the option?
Yeah, so if you click on that link called CarConciergePro.com/curation, scroll down please a little bit. And then you will have to just put your name, email.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And in the promo code, Put the word. I'm just putting it in the chat here.
What?
And so there is a
Deal to
$200 off promo code. Yeah.
deal 200.
Yes.
Okay. Discount applicable. So USDA 499. Yes, I
Correct.
agree with the terms. Hit PayPal.
Or debit or credit,
Check out.
whichever one is convenient. Yes.
Complete purchase. Okay. I think a client requirement form.
You can skip that because you shared the details with us, so we'll initiate the process.
Okay, so what do I do now?
Were you able to make the payment?
Yeah, it said I think it kicked me through, right?
Let me just check on my front.
Yeah, I got a notification that it paid you.
Okay, now you got the notification.
Yeah.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, received the payment. So Harry, thank you so much. Welcome aboard. You will be connected with our concierge management team. So in the next 1 hour, I'll pass on this information, what we have discussed with them. We will welcome you with an introductory email along with a client handbook, which we have just for your reference, which you can go through it time permitting. And then we'll initiate the market research and share the options with you in the next 1 to 2 working days. And you are connected with my team member. She is on the call, but I'll also share my number with you. So if you directly want to connect with me, I know we should be connecting on a lot of different fronts. So you can call me, text me anytime, and I will also collect your contact information from my team member. So I have it with me as well.
I'm old, so I still write numbers down, then I'll type it into my phone later. So
No worries. You are not old. You are mature and you have a lot of wisdom, and we should be learning from you.
yeah, careful about that. 480-418-6390
Yeah,
Neel. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I won't bother you. I'll email you. I mean that, and then we can set up. So I'm sorry, I missed all that. So not all of it, but I got distracted. So I just wait to hear from you, right? I don't need to do
Yes.
anything.
In the
Okay.
next 1 hour, you will receive a welcome email from my team member
Right.
with
I
the
heard that. I'm
details.
sorry. Got a handbook. Yeah.
No worries. With the quick meeting minutes of what we have discussed, and they will
Okay.
initiate the market research. A dedicated Google document will be shared between our team and you so that you can see what we are doing, how many inventory options we are listing down, what are the things my team is working on. And we have an objective that every 24 hours we update all of our active client requirements. So you will have a continuous communication with our team, and the dedicated concierge manager will be in touch with you. He goes by Sam. He is a concierge manager from our team, and in every email I'll be marked in CC, so I know what is going on. And we have a daily stand-up meetings with our team as well. So rest assured, you will be taken care of, and we will be in communication with you on a daily basis.
We should do the same thing for hospitals, man. I mean, the same process when we hold their hand, we take them through teaching how to not kill people.
Yeah.
So I'm taking notes for another reason. Whatever happens with the car happens with the car, but the same process we should use when we hold their hands when when all the different people need to learn how to use this thing on their phone to
Absolutely.
help save people
Yeah. And
All
I,
right, all sounds.
sure, sounds
I'm
good.
sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I was just going to say I've spent hours and hours in hospitals, and I know that they make so many mistakes, unfortunately. So yes,
So
let's
did,
look at
when I was working on the app, so did I. I was down, it was crazy.
it.
It was such a shame, and they're still storing stuff on whiteboards, and
Yep.
the anesthesiologist can't make it, but no one knows that, so they all rolling down into surgery. Where's the anesthesiologist? I'm standing there over here, and they can't make it. So now everybody's got to shimmy over there. They shimmy. The place is not clean. There's still blood on the. It's insane in this day and age, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's unfathomable. Anyway, all right. You're good. You need anything else from me? We're good. Let your
Not at
team
the moment.
do it.
Yes, we are good to go.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Harry. We look forward to serving you.
Thank you both very
Thank
much
you.
too. I look
Bye-bye.
forward to successful outcome.
Yeah, absolutely.